No, good. Good. All right, let me let everyone in. Really? All right, good morning, everyone. Let's get started. We're going to take some announcements. I have some defendants here present in the courtroom. However, I will start with, until their attorneys are ready to make an announcement, I'll start with those of you that are logged on. I'll start with Mr. George Salinas. Mr. Salinas, if you can give me the number on the docket, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Number 66 on the court's criminal docket, Ruben Villa.
All right, number 66, CR 21-11-781H, Ruben, State of Texas versus Ruben Villa. Is Mr. Villa present?
Yes, Your Honor, he is present. He's next door in my conference room. He should be set up with an iPad there.
All right, your announcement.
Your Honor, we're asking for a short reset. After speaking with the state, we've reached an agreement, so we'll need some time so he can complete his theft class.
So theft class should take him, what do you think, about 30 days?
And he should be done in 2 weeks, Your Honor.
All right, let me go ahead and give him April the 12th. That still gives him the time. That way there won't be any issues. And we'll see each other on April the 12th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have nothing further before this honorable court. May I be excused?
Excuse, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Orozco.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. I am on number 64 on your criminal docket, Your Honor. That's the state of Texas versus Jose Vasquez Herrera, Your Honor.
CR 21-09032H, State of Texas versus Jose de Jesus Vasquez Herrera. Is Mr. Herrera present?
He's standing right here over my shoulder, Your Honor.
Okay, I do see him there. Thank you.
In the same screen. Your Honor, we received a recommendation that he's also PTD candidate, might be ADR candidate, and DWI court candidate. I'm going to go over that discovery with him and explain to him his options, Your Honor. We're asking for a continuance on this matter.
Can I give you April 28th?
Yes, Your Honor.
April 28th, 2022 at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. That concludes my business, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Your excuse. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
All right. Ms. Garza, Dora Garza.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 26, Amanda Garcia.
Number 21-10-082H, State of Texas versus Amanda Renee Garcia.
Yes, Your Honor. She has been approved for PTD and will be hopefully making her payment today. So we can have a setting for PTD placement, Judge.
Sure, I can give her next week, say the 10th. A week from today. Is that okay?
That should be good, Judge.
All right. Or I can go into the following week. Well, actually, the following week would be after spring break. So it's either the 10th or the 22nd, whatever you prefer.
Amanda, you'll be making the payment today, right?
Well, I was gonna make it today, but I'm feeling kind of sick, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go.
So if we can have the 20, you said 22nd, Judge?
Yes, the 22nd. So March 22nd, 2022 at 2 o'clock.
Yes, Judge.
March
Thank you.
22nd at 2.
I have nothing further, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Your excuse. Thank you so
Judge,
much.
actually, we have number 23.
Well, I know I have an in-person, but
Right, but I wanted to announce that my officer, I spoke with my officer this morning and she will not be able to make it because she will be attending her grandmother's wake.
Oh, okay. All right. So for Arturo de Jesus Escobar, defense was ready. Is that correct? Ms. Garza,
yes, Your Honor.
you're announcing ready, and the state is asking for a continuance. Is that correct, Mr. Heller?
Yes, Judge, and it's our first continuance, if I'm not mistaken.
And you spoke with her, and the officer or the trooper has a a family commitment for a funeral of some sort.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Go ahead and grant the continuance for the state. For that reason, let me go ahead and reset this for a motion to suppress down the road. Let me go ahead and, Ms. Garza, are you available on April the 14th?
Yes, Judge, that works.
April 14th, 2022 at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, let me take two matters that are here in the courtroom so that I can take care of those items. All right, you got something with me? Why don't we do this? Why don't you guys go to the back? Because that way y'all can be on the computer and I can hear you and everybody can hear you. I think that might work better. Yeah, we have the computer set up in the back. Okay. All right, Mr. Vargas, you are on mute. If you don't mind unmuting yourself right there. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're standing in for Rick Salinas on a case, correct?
Yes, Judge. I don't have the docket in front of me, Judge, but his last name is Morales Salazar.
56 through 58. All right, 56 through 58, that is CR 22009148H, CR 22009138H, CR 1911-764H, State of Texas versus Rogelio Morales Salazar. We have a in-person hearing. Defendant has multiple BAC violations. He's not been testing, has not obtained his SCRAM device as the court ordered. This is his, at least before the court, we're dealing with two DWIs, one from December 15th of 2021 and the other one from July 8th of 2019. Do you have any information? Have you met with your client about the SCRAM? And
Yes, Judge. He has the SCRAM device. I saw it this morning. It's on its ankle.
okay, Victoria, did we not have that information, or were you needing that information?
I'll need to check with recovery, Judge, because they did not send me confirmation of the activation.
Okay, well, can you, do you mind, visiting with them real quick just to confirm? And if that's the case, well, then he's definitely taking care of the major issue that I had, which is I had ordered a SCRAM. He hadn't installed it. Thank you, Mr. Vargas, for checking in on that. If you don't mind just hanging tight, and that way I can just confirm that it's been activated and we're good to go.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Mr. Vargas. I think Santos is there right with you, right?
Present, Judge.
Okay, Santos, what do you have?
Your Honor, apparently the court has me down for Patrick de la Garza, but I was under the understanding that I didn't represent this gentleman any longer. Quite some time ago, I believe the court had appointed Cynthia del Bosque. So I was in the area, so I decided to stop to clarify that.
Okay, I was not aware. I guess since he's in our drug court program and you represented him, I just assumed, and I didn't remember. I apologize for not remembering that, Ms. Del Bosque.
Mrs. Bosque is on the new charges, Judge.
Oh.
He's retained on the drug court.
Oh, okay. My understanding. Okay, so what I guess we need to work through this. Jackie's telling me that Ms. Del Bosque is appointed on the new cases, but you are still the attorney of record in the drug court case. Are you withdrawing, I guess, officially off those cases?
I would ask the court to allow me to withdraw. I have had no contact with Mr. de la Garza. Actually, I really thought I didn't represent him all this time.
Okay.
So I'd ask the court to grant my oral motion to withdraw. And since Mr. Bosque is handling the other cases, I suspect that came in after that, that the court allow or appoint Ms. De Bosque to represent all these cases at one time.
Yeah, the court will go ahead and grant that request, Mr. Maldonado. I'll go ahead and allow you to withdraw, and I'll appoint Cynthia Del Bosque on all matters before the court.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Cynthia Canto del Bosque present, Your Honor.
Perfect. All right, Ms. Del Bosque, so you are now appointed on all cases for Mr. De La Garza. We were supposed to have had an in-person hearing for Mr. De La Garza today, but obviously he is online. We have some issues with respect to his, look, Mr. De La Garza, you went to drug court, you went to SATF, you successfully completed that program. I congratulate you for that. But then we're testing dirty again. And one of my main concerns is that that's a slippery slope, right? I mean, I need to address this issue now before going any further. But I wanted to do it in person. It needed to have been done in person because of the fact that drug court is handled outside the presence of the general public. It's a quiet, it's not a quiet proceeding, but it's a confidential proceeding. It's not done in open court, and that was a reason for it. Here we're in an open forum, and we have to obviously protect your confidence and the confidence that comes with drug court and everything that goes with it. Okay, Ms. Del Bosque, how would you like to handle this? I mean, I can handle it in a breakout room, but it would have to be later this morning, or I can reset this for. I know we have a drug court coming up. Is the next one going to be live?
On the 7th?
All right. Is that one going to be in person?
No.
It's still via Zoom. So, Ms. Del Bosque, I'll follow your lead on how you'd like to handle it. If you want to come back a little bit later and maybe handle it in a breakout room.
Your Honor, I'll defer to the court, but if the court wants, we can come in person. If the court wants to give us a date, that'll give me an opportunity as well to figure out what the allegations are and to speak to Mr. De La Garza about it. I'm not aware of that, and I wasn't aware that today's setting was on the drug court cases, Judge.
Let's have him come in on the 7th, which is drug court. Okay, and that's the day of drug court. So, Mr. De La Garza, you'll be appearing in person on Monday, the 7th at, and we're going to do that at 8:30.
Judge, I have a conference, an in-person conference in the 398th at 8 o'clock that morning already on a family matter.
How long do you think that'll last?
I'm sorry?
How long do you anticipate that lasting?
I'm not sure, Judge. I would say at least 30 to 45 minutes. It depends also on the time that the court takes us up. I'm not sure whether we're the only ones set for in-person.
I got you.
That morning.
Let's do this. Let's do the 8th. So, Patrick, you're going to log on and Zoom on Monday, and then on the 8th, which is Tuesday, I need you here at 9 o'clock. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir. Sounds good.
In person on the 8th.
Yes, sir.
On Zoom on
He
the
said
7th on via Zoom, on the 8th in person.
9 o'clock on the 8th?
9 o'clock on the 8th. Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Zoom, Judge, I'm sorry, apologize. On March 7th for the Zoom, what time is that at?
That one's at 9 o'clock, but that's just for him. You don't need to show up for that.
Okay.
Yeah, you just need to be here on the 8th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
That being all of the business I have before this honorable court, may I be excused?
You're excused.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Cavazos.
Father or son, Judge?
Chris, son.
Your Honor, number 29 on your docket, Your Honor.
29. CR 21067018, Nestor Garza.
Yes, sir.
Good
We
morning.
applied for pretrial diversion in this case, Judge. We're waiting for a result.
Let me give you April 28th at 9:30. April 28th, Mr. Garza, stay in contact with Mr. Cavazos. We'll see you on that day at 9:30.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, I also have number 38 on your docket, Your Honor.
38. CR 21093728, Epifanio Martinez.
Your Honor, this is a case, Judge, where the previous two district attorneys that were there have been in communication with them about not being able to view the video. I tried it on an HP and also on my Macintosh. I was not able to get that video to work. And the previous district attorney informed me that he was able to get it to work after some struggle. And so I sent out a message yesterday or an email to the district attorney's office yesterday asking if I could watch that video with them in person. So if they're okay with that, I would just need to set that up.
So let me give you April 28th as well. So that gives you some time to make arrangements with the DA's office to see the video. We'll see you April 28th at 9:30.
Thank you. There's no big excuse.
Both you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Almanza, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 34 on the court's docket, Anthony Randolph Little, CR-21-09769-H.
All right, Anthony Randolph Little, I have a bond modification. I do have that a verbal admonishment was given on January the 11th, 2022. However, for today, there has been no violations reported, which is great news. Your announcement, Mr. Almanza.
Yes, Your Honor, we have confirmed that my client is PTD eligible. We're in the process of submitting the application. He already has most of the requirements. We're just in the process of submitting the final ones and to get him considered.
All right, April 28th.
That works, Your Honor.
8:30. April 28th, Mr. Riddle, stay in contact with Mr. Almanza. We'll see you at 9:30, April 28th.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further matters. May be excused.
You're excused. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Victoria, any word on the scram?
Yes, Judge, I confirmed with recovery and Mr. Salazar activated it on March 1st. The notice was sent to our bond monitor officer, Mark Lugo. That's why I did not receive it.
Okay, so Mr. Vargas, one more time, the number on the docket, so that 56 through 58. Okay. So it has been obtained, it has been activated. So therefore, the court will go ahead and grant Mr. Morales some additional time. He does need to be arraigned on 2 cases. Is that correct?
Yes, and I would ask if we could submit waivers for those.
Sure, that's not a problem. All right, we'll go ahead and you can submit the waivers on number 56, 57. The reset date will be the same, and the reset date will be April 28th. April 28th, 2022 at 9:30. Anything else, Victoria, that you think we need to discuss or talk about?
That was it, Judge.
All right, April 28th, 9:30 for all 3 cases, and go ahead and submit the waivers. You can probably try to have him sign up now if he's here. All right. Okay, Mr. Efrain Carrera.
Good morning, Your Honor. Number 32 on the court's criminal docket, CR-21-09162-H, Leticia Aguila Hernandez, Your Honor. We're here on a status conference.
Right.
I'd advise the court, Your Honor, we have submitted this, I believe it was Monday, a pretrial diversion request, and we're waiting to hear back from the office.
Is Leticia Hernandez present?
Yes, Your Honor, she's here in my office. She's making her way around my desk.
Okay, perfect. All right, so you just need additional time. Let me go ahead and give you the latest date I'm giving right now is April 28th, 2022 at 9:30. April 28th at 9:30.
Your Honor, we have nothing further before this honorable court. May we be excused?
Yes, you may be excused. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Armando Guerra.
Judge, good morning. I'm here number 30 on your criminal docket.
All right, CR 21-09358, Rogelio Grimaldo Jr. I have a note here that defendant has not swapped devices. Is this a bond? This is a bond modification? Did he have the mobile, the ignition device, and he was going to swap it to a mobile device?
That's correct, Judge.
All right.
Your Honor, he does have he had an issue with work since the beginning. He's had it since the beginning, but he does work in government, or actually it's a refinery with the level 3 security, and they don't allow any electronic devices due to the, it being flammable or it could cause a spark. And that's the reason why he hasn't swapped it out, Judge, but he has had the interlock since the beginning of prior to the first court hearing.
Yeah, the only problem that I see with that, Mr. Guerra, is that he only has 6 engine starts in the almost an entire month. So did he put it on a vehicle that he's not operating, or I mean, he's clearly in a vehicle now?
He does work in New Mexico, Judge. He is, I'm not sure why it's only 6 engine starts.
If he can provide us with proof that he is at a workplace that prohibits that type of device,
okay,
I have no problem allowing him to continue to to stay with the ignition or interlock device.
Yes, sir.
But I also don't want the game that sometimes is played, which is they put it on a vehicle that is no longer, a secondary vehicle on the weekend. Sometimes it's not used, and so again,
Yes, sir.
that's a concern for the court. But if you can give me that proof, let me go ahead and reset this case for April 12th.
Okay.
9:30.
Sure. And as far as the case goes, Judge, I am reading I talked to Mr. Chavana yesterday, and there may be an issue with one of the folders on the video. I just want to confirm that I just received one video, but I want to see if there's also a video for the stop. I got the Intox one video. So, but April 12th, Judge, is the reset date?
Yeah, April 12th, so that I can get confirmation of that letter about his employment, and we'll continue to monitor the engine starts and stops, and the fact that he's in a vehicle right now. We'll monitor the fact that he's in the same vehicle today. So
yes,
we'll get all that information at this point.
Yes, Your Honor. May we both be excused, Judge?
Both of y'all are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Regalado.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 1 on the court's criminal docket.
CR 21-07-735H, Christian Alexis Adame.
Your Honor, he is also logged in under Christian's phone. We did receive an offer from the state. My client works out of town in Port Lavaca, and so I'm asking for about 2 weeks so that we can execute those plea documents.
2 weeks will put us into spring break. Can I get you maybe to come in or log on March 22nd?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. March 22nd, 2022 at 2 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge. I have nothing further. May we both be excused?
Both you're excused. Mr. Adame, we'll see you on March 22nd at 2 p.m.
Have a nice day, Judge.
You too. Mr. Israel Rivas. Mr. Rivas, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Number on the docket, Mr. Rivas.
Okay. Number 37.
37?
Yes.
Okay. Number 37 is CR 21-09-152H, Roy Juan Maldonado. I have no bond modification. A question, was PTD submitted?
Yes, we have submitted a PTD application, Your Honor. I believe we submitted it twice. We're working on an ADR too, apart from the PTD.
Go ahead and give you April 28th, 2022 at 9:30.
That's all we have, Your Honor. We be excused?
Both you and your client are excused. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Acevedo.
Your Honor, I'm on number 44 and 45 of your docket. State of Texas versus Melissa Lynn Matheson.
I have a note here that is Miss Matheson currently incarcerated.
Yes, Your Honor. She's still incarcerated in Ellis County Jail. I spoke to Mr. Vito, the ADA, Chavana, I'm sorry, and I provided him that she's been sentenced for 2 years in state jail, Your Honor. I provided him that documentation, and I'll let the state make an announcement.
That's correct, Your Honor. We did receive those documents this morning, and as per my agreement with Mr. Acevedo, the defendant will be spending 2 years in TDC. As such, we're going to dismiss both these cases.
The request of District Attorney's Office, a case against Melissa Matheson. Both cases are hereby dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor. That is all that I have before this honorable court. May I be excused, Your Honor?
You're excused. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Jaime Cavazos.
Good morning, Judge. Jaime Cavazos here, number 31 on your criminal docket.
Number 31, CR 2102-106H, Armando Guajardo. Is Armando Guajardo present? Armando Guajardo, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Armando Guajardo. Have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Guajardo, Mr. Cavazos?
Judge, our communication is broken down, Judge. I was going to be asking the court to withdraw at this point. I did text him and speak with him in the past few days, but not this morning.
Were you retained or appointed?
I was appointed, Your Honor.
All right, let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and leave you on, and I'm going to take out an ISI. We'll probably take out an ISI. If he gets picked up, at least he has a lawyer that you can then come in as a jail case and try to represent him at that point. That way you don't have to be logging on anymore, and you're kind of on a standing pattern, because I think if he gets picked up, he's going to need to have an attorney present, unless there's a conflict between you and him and communication, some issues. I'd rather have you on than off.
Okay, Judge, there is communication, Judge.
Okay. What says the state with Armando Guajardo for his failure to appear?
State requests that a judgment in ISI be granted, a KPS issued, and all bonds forfeited for this no-show defendant.
Judgment in ISI be granted, KPS issued, bond forfeited to the state for the arrest of Armando Guajardo. When we pick him up, we'll let you know, Mr. Cavazos.
Judge, if he does contact me, do I ask him to contact the court, or?
No, just bring him in on a Tuesday or Thursday in the morning, and we'll walk him in and through Zoom, and we'll remove the NISI KPS, and we'll continue with the process.
Thank you, Judge. That's
You're
all
welcome.
I have. May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay safe.
You too. Ms. Cedillo.
Judge, good morning. I have number 33 on the court's docket. I don't know that my client's going to be on. That would be Jessica Mendez Huerta.
CR 18-11-250H, Jessica Mendez Huerta. This was for recalling a KPS. There's a KPS outstanding, and she was going to be coming on to recall that, Ms.
That was my understanding, Judge. I received a call from her right before getting the notice of appointment. It was her understanding in speaking to the court that she had an active warrant. So she did contact us. We got her on the docket immediately, but when we tried to let her know she was on the docket, there's been no answer. So I don't believe that she knows about today's hearing. My case manager system allows us to send messages, and we did send her the Zoom info to be on. So I was hopeful that she would still log on this morning. Nonetheless, Judge, I don't know if maybe between here and Tuesday I can get her on. I know that she was actively wanting to recall it, and that's why she called our office.
I can set it up for for either Tuesday or Thursday of next week if you need a little bit more time.
Thursday would be perfect. That way I'll know for sure if we're able to make contact.
March 10th, 9:30.
Having no further business, Your Honor, may I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Cantu.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 67.
All right, that's CR 21-064-97H, Luis Fernando Villacana. I have a note here that a continuance was granted on the 13th of January for Mr. Villacana for his failure to appear. Is Mr. Luis Fernando Villacana present? If you're on mute, please unmute yourself.
Yes, Your Honor, I am present.
Okay, perfect. There you are. Thank you, sir. Mr. Cantu, your announcement.
I saw yesterday that the state filed a motion to dismiss, Your Honor. So I think my client maybe got indicted on a felony charge involving the same transaction.
That's correct, Your Honor. The state may make an announcement. This case has been refiled as a felony, Your Honor, and as such, we move to dismiss this misdemeanor.
All right, at the request of the District Attorney's Office, this assault case under CR 21-064-97H is hereby dismissed.
Right. That's all we have before the court, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Villacana.
you.
Stay in contact with Mr. Cantu if in fact he is your attorney on the felony.
Okay, sounds great.
All right. Thank you, Honor.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
You too. Mr. Pettis, Nat Pettis.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nat Pettis. I'm representing Michael Santos. He's number 60 on your docket.
Right, CR 21-09035H.
Yes, Your Honor. If I may announce to the court, Your Honor, we have submitted an application for a PTD. Part of the process was he had to come down and he lives in Houston. He had to come down and do a UA, and he was not able to make those arrangements because of the distance. And so we're asking if we'd have an opportunity for an extension of time so he can try and get that UA done.
Sure. Thank you. April 28th. 9:30.
We're 28 at 9:30, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. April 28th at 9:30.
Your Honor, that's all the business I have before the court. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you. You and your client, who I see is online, are excused.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Santos, stay in contact with your lawyer. We'll see you on April 28th at 9:30.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Did you say my name?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, Judge. I have number 50 on the court's docket, State of Texas versus Guillermo Ramirez, and he is present this morning.
All right, Guillermo Ramirez, CR 19-05-322H. I have a 1-year PTD status. It was carried over from January the 11th of 2022. You're announced. Well, I have a note here that says, ask Victoria. Victoria, what do we have here?
Yes, Your Honor, he has not completed the alcohol education class. He told me his last day should have been yesterday, but he has not sent me a certificate. And he has $1,050 pending in probation fees and $250 in court costs. I did ask him, when does he think he can pay that off? And he said maybe another month.
Yes, Judge. I did speak to Mr. Ramirez this morning. As far as the alcohol class, he has already completed part of that. They gave him 15 days to complete that. So he has to be done, as far as what he's told me, by Saturday. The probation fees, just as Victoria said, he let me know that he would be able to pay that in 1 month.
All right. Let me reset this then to give him that time to April 12th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And that's
all.
Okay.
Sorry, Judge, go ahead.
Is Guillermo Ramirez present?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Ramirez, I'm giving you a little over a month. Let's get this taken care of so this case can get dismissed for you, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you on April 12th at 9:30.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. I also have number 47 and 48 on the court's docket, State of Texas versus Laura Perez, and I'm standing in for Vanessa Flores on these cases, Judge.
CR 21-00429H and CR 21-00430H, Laura Isabel Perez.
She is present this morning, Judge. She was just approved for PTD. At this point, we just need a short reset of a couple of weeks so that we can review a few things with her, Judge.
Sure. How about March 22nd at 2 o'clock?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Now, this is going to be for PTD placement, correct?
Correct, Judge.
All right, March 22nd, 2022, but note the 2 o'clock time, please. March 22nd, 2022 at 2 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor. The last cases I have, Your Honor, are number 35 and 36 on the court's docket, State of Texas versus Jocelyn Lopez, and I am standing in for Vanessa Flores on these as well.
That's CR 21-10-062H, CR 21-04707H, Jocelyn Del Rosario Lopez. I have a note here that motion for continuance was granted on February 22nd, which was last week. Defendant must be present here today, and that Ms. Lopez never returned for removal or collection. I assume that's of the drug patch or something of that sort?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Is Jocelyn Lopez present?
She is not present, Your Honor. However, we have been in contact with her. She tested positive for COVID and did send over proof of that positive test. If the court would like for us to send a copy of that, we can.
Let me reset this for next Thursday, okay? And the 10th of March.
Yes, Judge.
And I'm not gonna take any action on the fact that she's not here, even though she hasn't been here now for 2 hearings. I'm just gonna carry this over, give her the benefit of the doubt through your announcement that she's sick of COVID. We'll give her a week, and then we will make sure that her presence on the 10th is there. She does need to be there or a warrant will be issued, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. I will let her know.
Perfect.
That's all I have, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Linhar.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Lidhar appearing on behalf of Attorney Juan Zamora. And we have numbers 24 and 25 on your criminal docket this morning.
All right, 24 and 25. CR 21-05-973H, CR 21-03-090H, Paul Anthony Flores. Felony still pending on this one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me give you a June setting. I know that we've been waiting on a lot of drug cases. I'm assuming this is a drug felony case. And let me give you June 14th. Gives you some more time. June 14th, 9:30.
Very well, Your Honor. That concludes my matter before this court. May my client not be excused.
Both of y'all are excused. We'll see you June 14th, 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. God bless. Take care.
Likewise. Mr. Gonzalez, Paco. You're on mute.
Hello, Judge. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I'm on number 28, CR number 21-01248-0H, Nacona Garcia, Your Honor.
All right, is Nacona Garcia present?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Your announcement, Mr. Gonzalez.
Your Honor, we're waiting on an answer on an ADR application.
All right. So the application has already been submitted. We're just waiting on the answer, or you know.
Yes, Your Honor.
April 28th.
4/28 at 9, right?
At 9:30. April 28th, 9:30.
Any word on when we're going to be back at the courthouse, Your Honor?
In County Court 8, we'll probably be back full-time live when the new courthouse opens.
So we're done with the old place, right, Judge?
Well, we're still occupying the old place, but yes, we're ready to make a move.
Yes, Your Honor. It's good to see you, Judge.
Likewise. We'll see you on the April 28th at 9:30.
Have a good day, sir.
All right, you too. Johnny Tijerina, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. Judge, I've got number 20, 21, and 22 on your docket.
CR 21-0466-4H, CR 21-13-599H, CR 22-00805H, Ivan Elizondo.
Judge, I did send my client the Zoom information for this morning. I did not see him on, so.
I have a note here that back on January the 13th of 2022, he was a no-show as well. And I granted you a continuance for his appearance here today.
Yes, Judge.
He has an arraignment as well on a case. Is Ivan Anselmo Elizondo present? Ivan Anselmo Elizondo, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. There be no response. What says the state?
State requests that a judgment in eyesight be granted, a KPS issued, and all bonds forfeited for no defendant.
Judgment nice shall be granted. KPS issued, bond forfeited to the state for the arrest of Ivan Elizondo. Mr. Tijerina, if you reach out to him or he reaches out to you, let him know that an eyesight was taken. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday at the 9:30 hour. You can bring him in and we can recall that KPS.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too. Mr. Rigney, can you hear me? John, are you available?
Hey, Judge.
John, are you available? Can you hear me?
Judge, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What number do you have?
All right, give me 1 second. I'm trying to mute my phone, Judge. Let's see here. Judge, I have 51, 52, 53, and 54 on the court's criminal docket.
All right, Omar, Jose Omar Rangel. Defendant, I have a note here. The defendant is currently in treatment.
Give me a second real quick. I'm on Zoom. Yes, Judge, as far as I know, the defendant is still in treatment in Harlingen at some sort of mental facility.
Right. But at this point, I guess we just need to give you some additional time. Is that what you're requesting?
Yes, Your Honor, but I just have more time because I've not been able to communicate with him or his mother, and I'm guessing that's because he's still in treatment.
All right, June 14th, Mr. Rigney, June 14th, 2022 at 9:30. That gives you a little bit more time.
Yes, Judge, that's all. Maybe excused.
You're excused, June 14th, 9:30.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, sorry.
All right, let's, Mr. Aguirre, Alex.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I have number 61 in the court's docket, Walter Ivan Silva.
CR 03809H, Walter Silva.
Yes, Your Honor. We had sent him notice, email. We've tried contacting him. I don't know if he's logged in. He was on the PTD program, was removed from the PTD program. I do not know if he is logged in.
Oh, yes. This is a gentleman that was like a manager at one of the restaurants. And we'd given him an opportunity to stay on and he still tested dirty. Am I thinking of the same, one and the same?
I'm not certain, Judge.
Oh, yeah, because I guess you're new to the court. I've had, several conversations with Mr. Silva, trying to work with him. Is Mr. Silva present here today? Is he on mute? Walter Silva? Walter Silva. On December 2nd, a NISI was taken, so I guess at this point, we'll just allow the NISI to continue. If he reaches out to you, Mr. Aguirre, we're here every Tuesday, Thursday. Bring him in.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
I think that's all I got. I've got one jail case this afternoon that I emailed the court about. He's got a pending felony.
Perfect. We'll try to take care of it then.
I appreciate it, Judge.
All right, thanks. George, what do you got?
Judge, morning, number 65 on the court docket, Joel Vera. He's present on Zoom.
All right, number 65, CR 21-088-55H, Joel Candelario Vera. Bond modification. Give me 1 second. Bond modification, no violations, I suspect, right, Victoria?
That's right, Judge. No violations.
Perfect. All right, George?
I'm just asking the court for some additional time, Judge.
All right. We've been kind of using the 28th a lot. Let me give you the 26th of April.
Perfect.
April 26th, 9:30.
Perfect. Then I have number 5 and 6 on the court docket, Luis Contreras. He's also present on Zoom.
Number 5 and 6, CR 21-088-71H and CR 21-088-72H. Luis Contreras or Luis Contreras.
Yes. And same announcement on this case, Judge. I'm asking the court for some additional time, Judge.
This one did not require a bond modification, so there's no issue there. April 26th, 2022.
Or 26-22.
At 9:30, both cases. Okay, I do see Mr. Contreras there. Mr. Contreras, stay in contact with your attorney. We'll see you on April 26th at 9:30.
Yes. Judge, I do have one additional case. That's number 55 in the court docket. We're set for suppression, Judge. We're announcing ready. I know it's set right now in person. I'm just asking if the state's going to go forward with it.
Number 50, what? I'm sorry?
55 on the court docket.
Oh, 55, Christian Joseph Ruiz. State's motion, state used their first motion for continuance on February 16th. Defense is announcing ready. What says the state?
The state is ready, Your Honor.
State is ready. All right, make your way over, George.
Okay, I'll be there shortly, Judge.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
All right, Alex, what do you got?
Hey, morning, Judge. I have number 39.
CR 21-06-886H, Kevin Fernando Martinez, bond modified, first verbal admonishment given on January 13th. But since then, there's been no violations, which is great. Your announcement, Alex.
Judge, we're asking for some more time. We're going to try to get into the DWI court. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, Judge, but we can have one more reset.
Sure. Court's going to go ahead and I'll give you April 26th, 2022, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have this morning.
Thank you.
May I be excused, Judge?
You're excused.
Thanks.
All right, Mr. Ricardo Rodriguez, can you hear me? You have number 7 through 9.
Yeah, good morning, Your Honor. Number 7, yeah.
Itan Corona. Is he present? This is a NISI recall. Well, the NISI was recalled on January the 13th.
Yeah, I believe he's present. I saw him on the screen.
All right, I can see him there. Your announcement, Mr. Rodriguez.
Yeah, Your Honor, Mr. Corona still has some felonies cases, felony cases that are still pending. So we haven't, for that reason, received the recommendation from the state, but we're just asking for more time.
Let me go ahead and give you the date of June 14th at 9:30. June 14th, 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You and your client are both excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. It looks like we may be missing some attorneys, a few attorneys. Isaac, can you identify your last name, please?
Yes, Trevino, Your Honor.
Isaac Trevino. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. Glenn, you're here on that case. Is that correct? You're on mute, Glenn.
I am. That's going to be ex parte Trevino, CR 16-02925-H/W.
Can you do me a favor? Can you see if you can maybe get a hold of Sergio on his phone and tell him we're ready to have his case called? Because I'm going to have some suppression hearings. And so I want to kind of take care of all these so that y'all aren't waiting for me to go through the suppression hearings. That'll take a while.
I'll try to reach out to him right now, sir.
Thank you.
I did make contact with his office. I believe he'll be on soon, Your Honor.
Perfect. All right. Juan, can you identify your last name, please? Juan?
It's Garcia, sir.
Juan Garcia, thank you.
It's Jesus Garcia. I'm using my brother's laptop, sir.
Oh, okay. Jesus Garcia.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. 27. Have you spoken to your attorney, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll reach out to him. If you can do the same, let him know that we're waiting. That way you don't have to wait much longer and I can move on with my suppression hearings. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Perfect. Thank you. Erasmo, can you identify your last name?
Here, Your Honor.
Oh, Erasmo Kevin de la Garza, correct? Okay. All right. We are trying to get a hold of someone from your attorney's office, okay?
Yeah, Mito is going to be representing me. I was texting with him.
Please let him know that we're ready for him, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Mr. Vargas, you have a motion to suppress as well, is that correct? All right. Let me see if I can find your case. 49. CR 19 089048. Jose Arturo Piñon. Defense is announced. Defense is ready. What says the state?
State announces ready, Your Honor.
State's ready. All right. Let's be ready, I guess. Oh, got Mr. C here coming in real quick. Good.
He didn't answer.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hi, good morning. I have you here on number 27, CR 21 11 254H, Jesus Mendiola Garcia Jr.
Yes, sir. Just wanted to apologize. I had accidentally clicked on the PM link for Zoom.
Okay, no worries. Your announcement for Mr. Garcia.
Yes, Your Honor. My client, as a clerk knows, we were just appointed to this a few days ago. We've been in contact with the client. He just needs to be arraigned, and he's going to be entering a plea of not guilty for now.
All right. Is Jesus Garcia present?
Yes, sir. I am here.
All right. I guess I got thrown off again by your brother's. I think you told me your brother's laptop.
Yes, sir. Correct.
All right. Let me have you raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Is your true and correct name Jesus Mendiola Garcia Jr.?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Garcia, you're here before the court, charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated with a BAC greater than a .15. That is a Class A misdemeanor. I need to advise you that a Class A misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 1 year in the Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine upon conviction. Do you understand the range of punishment you can receive for a Class A misdemeanor?
Yes, sir.
You may lower your hand. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane?
No, sir.
Counsel, speak with your client. Do you find him to be mentally competent, able to assist?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court's going to go ahead and make a finding that Jesus Mendiola Garcia Jr. is mentally competent. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty for you at this time. Reset your case for April 26, 2022 at 9:30 in the morning. That's April 26, 2022, 9:30. This is a Class A misdemeanor, Mr. Garcia. As such, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with our probation officer so that you all can discuss installing a mobile device, since it does trigger one of our requirements of a mobile device on all cases, Class A with a BAC above a .15. What are we today? It's Thursday, right? We'll do next. I'll give you a week to install that device, Mr. Garcia. So 3/10 will be the deadline, Mr. Rodriguez.
I already have a mobile device, sir, Your Honor.
Oh, perfect. Then all you need to do is I'm going to put you in a breakout room so you can give her who the vendor is and the information on that, and you're good to go. We'll see you on the 26th.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Your Honor, may we be excused?
You're excused. I'm just going to put your client in the breakout room real quick, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will speak with you afterwards, Mr. Mendiola.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, accept the invitation, Mr. Garcia, and we will, you're excused after that. You don't have to come back. You can leave after that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Arredondo, you are here on behalf of.
Good morning, Judge. I have Erasmo Kevin de la Garza, Judge, and he is present on Zoom.
Okay, so he's got number 12, number 15, number 16, and number 17. So I have here, and maybe, oh, you know what? I put Victoria in a breakout room, Mr. Arredondo. Give me a minute or two while she gets information from another defendant. And then the issue here for Mr. De La Garza is that I have a note that shows that he has 6 confirmed tampers with the Scram device. And so I just need to inquire about that. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
What's 6 tempered, Your Honor?
That's what I'm showing.
But
I don't know what they mean by confirmed. I don't know how they identify it as being confirmed, but I'll allow her to say that or to discuss that when she comes back.
you think it would be because of the sergeant?
Mr. De La Garza, we'll take care of it for you right now, Mr. De La Garza.
Okay.
I can put you in a breakout room with him, Mr. Arredondo, if that's something that would help you.
Please, Judge, please.
Let me do that.
Six time break. What the hell? Yes. I don't understand.
Erasmo, you're not on mute. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
All right, accept the invitation so that breakout room 2, and you can discuss this with your lawyer. Mr. Trevon, are you handling the suppressions today?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, you want to maybe start heading this way, and then Mr. Heller take care of the docket? That way we can try to get started as soon as you get here.
Sure. Good. I'll do that then. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. So Yuri, you can take over at this point from any announcements, and then Mr. Trevana, we'll see you here in a couple minutes and we'll get started.
That's fine, Judge.
Perfect. Mr. Esquivel, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You have, and I saw it earlier, now I lost it. There it is, Roel Israel Martinez. Mr. Martinez.
That is correct, Judge, number 41 through 43. No, number 40 through 43.
Yes, 40 through 43.
Judge, I'm in 4 courts this morning, so I apologize for my tardiness.
No worries, Mr. Esquivel. This is an issue, I think, where I had previously given a verbal admonishment. He has a new DWI second in intake. Verbal admonishment was given on January the 11th. However, in February, we're still dealing with 9 missed tests and 3 late tests. So that has become an issue. Again, I think that this is maybe a case that we should stop. Let me put us in a breakout room so we can discuss. Ms. Rodriguez, you're back as well. We need to talk about Erasmo, Kevin de la Garza, and Roel Israel Martinez. Let's start with Roel Martinez, and then we can deal with Mr. de la Garza. So I'm going to put everybody in a breakout room so we can talk about this.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, let me join them in breakout room 3. All right, Mr. Arredondo, can you hear me? And then Mr. Arredondo, can you hear me?
Yes, Judge.
All right, I made the request that you could please join us in breakout room 3 so we can staff the case.
I will join it right now, Judge.
I'll see you there. All right, we're back from the breakout room. With respect to Erasmo Kevin de la Garza, Mr. Arredondo, the court's going to go ahead and give you a reset date for March 24th at 9:30. That'll give you an opportunity to visit with your client, and it'll give us an opportunity to acquire some additional information. And we will see each other on the 24th at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. De La Garza, I'll go ahead and contact you after court, Mr. De La Garza.
Thank you.
Thank you. Judge, nice seeing you, Judge. Have yourself a great day.
Likewise. Mr. Esquivel, were you able to visit with your client?
Yes, Your Honor. I did discuss with him the Scram device and the AIP.
All right, and his any issues with that?
Well, he said he will make every effort to come up with the money for the Scram. He was requesting a drug patch in the alternative. And I told him we discussed that. We discussed that, and that Your Honor was not inclined to go the drug patch route. Nonetheless, he is requesting it.
Right, and I can appreciate the request. The problem that I have is that we are dealing with a second DWI that is pending before the court and a new DWI that is still in intake from early February. During the February report, I have 9 missed tests and 3 late tests. And there's a reason why the court treats missed tests as positive tests. And this is precisely the reason. The reason is that when people miss a test, it's because they're drinking. And it's unfortunate that I have to look at the world this way, but I look at the world this way because during the month of February, while Mr. Martinez was missing his mobile devices testing, he picks up a new DWI. So it basically established the point that I've always held. And unfortunately, sometimes people, attorneys and defendants look at me as to why I look at the world this way. And this is the reason. So I'm concerned for the safety of the defendant. I'm concerned for the safety of the community, that we're dealing with at least 3 DWIs that he has picked up, and he's missing tests, and he's testing positive while those tests are being missed. So the court is going to order Scram, or in the alternative, I can revoke his bond and send him into the county jail for the safety of the well-being of himself and of others. But I think at this point, I'm going to give him the opportunity to try to get the Scram device as opposed to spending time in the county jail. It looks like he has a scrubs from Southern Careers. It looks like he's working. He may be going to school. I don't want to get involved in that. I don't want to affect that in any way. But I also need to do my job, and my job involves protecting the community from DWI accidents, fatalities, and the like. So I'm going to give him until next Wednesday. So that's 1 week to get the Scram device, and he will be placed on AIP and Stanter. Failure to get the Scram device by next Wednesday will be a violation of his bond conditions, and he will be picked up and arrested. I'm going to reset this case for next Thursday, 3/10 at 9:30, just to make sure that that Scram device has been installed. Any questions, Mr. Esquivel?
No, Your Honor.
All right. There's no questions, Mr. Martinez. I trust that you have listened carefully to the court's order and the reason for the order, and we'll see you on the 10th at 9:30. I hope that that Scram device has been placed. Do you need information on that, Mr. Esquivel, on the Scram device? If
Judge,
so,
we'd ask for a point of contact so he can get the proper instructions.
all right, Ms. Rodriguez.
I'll be emailing the information to Mr. Esquivel.
Thank you.
Mr. Martinez, your job now is to stay in contact with Mr. Esquivel, get that information on the Scram device, as well as AIP officers that will be contacting you. Those things better be done by next Wednesday, because on next Thursday at 9:30, we're having a nice little conference. And if everything checks out, we're good to go. If it doesn't, we're going to have a problem. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Okay.
you. That's all I have.
You're excused. Both of y'all are excused. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Sanchez, you are in the back and you are here present, and Mr. Devino is online. And I just need a recap on the number on the docket. Isaac,
62 or 63.
gotcha. CR 1602-925H and CR 1602-925H. This is a carryover that's been carried over, if I'm not mistaken, from early last year. Is
It's
that
been
correct?
pending for some time, Judge. Part of it was of course the objection by Mr. Devino. I think on the merits of the matter, we've asked the court to kind of give us this additional time to submit basically a reverse pretrial diversion packet, which in my experience has worked on situations like this. So we call it a good guy packet. That's the way I refer to it, Your Honor, with respect. We did submit that. That was back to Mr. Viescas in the old days and forward copies to Mr. Garza now. And I haven't heard back from them, Judge. So I'm going to ask for additional time. It's a unique writ to set aside a previous conviction. And I'm asking for time to respectfully let that play out, Judge. I just have not heard back from the state on that. And I know it's not Mr. Devino's call. He did give us permission to seek this consideration from his supervisors. So he's never been opposed before. I just haven't conferred with Mr. Devino to see if he's opposed now.
Glenn?
Judge, how long this case remains pending is the court's ultimate call, not mine, as far as the DWAP. I'm here. Every time we've had this case, Mr. Sanchez said, I'm going to go reach out to Michael Garza. I'm going to go reach out to Mr. Rodriguez. I don't know that that's happened. I've not got any information that that's happened. I stand ready at any moment to deal with this on the merits, but if the court's inclined to grant him yet another opportunity to reach out to Michael Garza and Rick Rodriguez, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem doing that. I know that Mr. Rodriguez has been, busy lately. And so I don't mind giving you some time. I know that his schedule may have just freed up considerably. But I'll give you some time, Mr. Sanchez, to look into that. I'm going to reset this for April 26th. That gives you
Your Honor.
a little bit more time.
And Mr. Trevino's on, Judge, and I think he's just a good candidate for it. Although I have not spoken with him, we did send a completed packet, so that's been done. I hope to get this off your docket one way or the other by the 29th, Judge.
Perfect.
So I heard Mr. Sanchez say the 29th, but I heard the court say the 26th. Which date?
The 26th.
Oh, pardon, Your Honor.
The 26th at 9:30.
Got it, Judge.
All right.
Thank you for letting me appear in person as well, Your Honor.
No problem. Thank you.
May I be excused?
You're excused, Glenn. You're excused, Mr. Sanchez. Thank you so much. All right, Ms. Cantu, you have a case.
Good morning, Your Honor. I apologize. I don't know why your court, it keeps on going into my spam. I took it out. Eddie was nice enough to call me, so I'm on. My client is also on as well. He's number 59, Juan Felipe Sanchez.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
So we're set for a status hearing. I know he has sent me, I've received a recommendation. He did want to be considered for pretrial diversion. He has filled out that application, so I just asked for additional time so that he may perhaps be considered for the program.
April 26th
That would work.
at 9:30, Ms. Cantu.
And do you see him on, Judge? I think he's on.
I do see him on. Mr. Sanchez, stay in contact with Ms. Cantu, but we'll see you both on April 26th at 9:30.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too. What number? All right. Laritza Cortez, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Judge.
All right, perfect. Ms. Cortez, have you spoken with Representative Sergio Munoz Jr.?
Yesterday, I spoke to his clerk.
Okay,
She sent me the information to get on the Zoom meeting.
okay. I'm going to go ahead. I need to get into some motion to suppress hearing. Those typically take, 20, 30 minutes each. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you a reset date. I'm showing no violations on your mobile device, which is great news. And for that reason, I'll just go ahead and give you a reset date for April 26th at 9:30. Please jot that day down.
April 26, 9:30.
Yes, April 26th, 9:30, and we will let Mr. Munoz know.
Okay, thank you so
All right,
much.
you're excused.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. All right, that concludes our docket with the exception of the motions to suppress, which will be handled here in person. So the court's going to go ahead and log off.